I'm Shuhei Yoshida. Do you love pancakes? I love pancakes. With the new PS4 Slim, you can have those pancakes. Simply play Uncharted 4 or any other Texan game and allow your PS4 Slim to overheat. We've designed the console to take advantage of these hot temps, cooking your pancakes to perfection. Pass the syrup, please.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Fish Tank. Now, this past week, we had a pretty interesting leak that came out. Even though on September 7th, Sony is having this big press event where they're going to release some things, we don't actually know what those are, but we have a good idea. And now we have a better idea because somehow someone got their hands on what looks like an authentic PS4 Slim. But this is too new. I don't want to put my impressions on that console yet because we haven't seen how Sony presents it. We've only seen some crappy cell phone camera showing what this is. For all we know, it could look really sweet. But I don't really want to talk about that console, so instead we're going to talk about some other great and not so great mini consoles and their slim versions. So first off, sticking with Sony, I really want to talk about the PS3 Slim. And not just the PS3 Slim, but the PS3 Super Slim. Now, the PS3, when it first came out, was a monster, very much like the Xbox One. It was just huge. They were trying to fit the PS2 also within it and just made this giant beast. They knew it was ugly, so they very quickly redesigned it with the PS3 Slim. And this console was beautiful. It was what the PS3 should have been. Then years down the line, right before they pretty much stopped doing PS3 and moved on to PS4, they came out with the PS3 Super Slim. And this console had cool and weird things about it. One, it was slightly smaller. It was probably much cheaper for them to manufacture, which is why they did it. But it was a top loader. We hadn't had a top loader in so long, like not since the GameCube. And it's just funny, it's like it kind of threw you back to your childhood. Now, funny thing about the Super Slim top loader is that it has slide cover. And if you had it laying on its side, which is how a lot of us have our consoles now, it was this very old style, like ka-chunk kind of noise. And it like made it feel cheap. But what was interesting is if you put it up on its side, like, ooh, the premier sexy console, all of a sudden, it was just this beautiful, like, seductive slide. Like, I'm not exactly sure why. It probably had to do with the gravity and the little gears and mechanisms that run it, but still, like, it made you think that, like, this console deserves to be shown off on its side. But yeah, it was a weird console. It was very loud because it had literally just this plastic piece over the disk drive, and so it would just be. So it's not for everyone, but it was the thing. We also have the Xbox One S, of course, which we are all well aware, which does the rare thing where they don't just slightly improve the console; they greatly improve the console. The fact that now it has 4K streaming, it has a newer controller that has better Wi-Fi, better Bluetooth. Like this is unprecedented. You don't typically have these sort of redesigns where it actually greatly improves the package you have. And not to mention, the Xbox One S was like a VCR player. It was massive. You had to have your friend help you carry it inside. It was insane. You could have done weights with it. But the Xbox One S is this like sexy, sleek, white console. It's just, it's beautiful. And I want to get an Xbox now. I didn't have one before because I always told my friend, it's way too big. I'll get one when they make a smaller one. And they've made a smaller one. So I guess I have to hold true to my word and buy an Xbox One S. And then, of course, we also have the Wii Mini. The Wii Mini. Nintendo. Very interesting tactic here. Take an already incredibly small console, make it smaller. They basically take out the GameCube ports. They take out the Wi-Fi capability. They basically just make it so you can play disc games, disc Wii games, and that's it. And for 99 bucks, that's a hell of a deal. But still, like, just think of like all these WiiWare games you were unable to play, all this small little stuff, all these retro games that you could download. Can't play those, not on this console. And that's a shame. There's not even like an Ethernet port. There is literally no online on this thing, which I guess shortly became no problem because they shut off the servers for the Wii anyways, so I guess it worked out in the end? I don't know. And probably my favorite Slim console, probably everyone's favorite Slim console, the DS Lite. Now, the Nintendo DS was this handheld, and I'm sure you're all well aware, but it was a brick. It was ugly, it was clunky, the screens were about this big on a console this big. It was like an old Suburban. It was robust, it could take a beating, and it was not sexy, but it worked and it did what it needed to do. But then years later, they came out with this sleek, beautiful, still well designed, well crafted, not gonna just fall apart, console called the DS Lite that trimmed all the fat, made it attractive, made you want to buy it, and just made it all around a better console. And Nintendo, when you make your Slim consoles, you typically do it right. So I'm hoping for, like, when the NX comes out, and maybe it's this giant machine, maybe it's the size of a caravan, I don't know. But when you come out with that slimmer model, that's gonna be good. And with that, that's the episode this week. Now, I do want to leave you with one last little thing. If you really like smaller consoles, slimmer consoles, you cannot go any slimmer than these cute little Japanese miniatures. Like I've seen it for Nintendo consoles, for Sony consoles, but it's great. Like you can even plug the little controllers in. The controllers are about this big. They even have like a little wire. They've got little memory cards you stick in. They even have discs. These things are adorable. I really want to buy one. I didn't know they existed, but now I want all of them. I leave that to you. If you love slim, sexy consoles, or you think they are just unnecessary, let me know in the comments below. And as always, you can find us on Facebook via the description below. You can also follow us on Twitter at NerdMuchCom. I'd like to thank you all for joining us this week. I'll see you next time.
Hi, Shuhei again. I want to talk to you about the new changes for the PS4 Slim. As the name suggests, the PS4 Slim is over 7% smaller than the standard PS4. You may be wondering how we made such a drastic revision. It's simple. We moved one USB slot all the way over here. Don't worry about them getting lonely though. They are currently seeing other people.